I have been listening to a little bit of Fifth Dimension. Do you remember Fifth Dimension? It was a long time ago. But you know how I am about Spotify and so forth. Anyway, love me some Fifth Dimension. And I wanted to come on here today. Hi, I'm Mojo. I wanted to come on here today and talk about manifestation and one of my little tricks and tips and tools. Okay. I already talked about this on Facebook, and now I want to share it with you here. And that is the act as if. Okay, that's act as if. And today I am acting as if. So when we're manifesting, what that means is we want to create what we love and enjoy in our lives, settling for the same old dookie, of course. And so today I'm talking about act as if, and that also has to do with becoming. So when you're manifesting, when you are creating all of your dire desires, when you are working to accomplish, achieve, and or acquire your dire desires, there are a lot of little tools and tips and tricks that you can use to help you do that. Now, the best thing to do, of course, is to take my Make Magic with Mojo course, which you can find on the website. And I'll link it here below as well. When I get done, I'll put it in the comments. So that is really the best way to manifest because my process works. It's actually the only one that I've ever found that works. I've been following Abraham Hicks for many, many years, and they still have people in their audiences saying, well, how do I do this? Well, why doesn't this work? Well, what does this happen? And so Abraham, via Esther, winds up repeating the same stuff over and over and then trying to, explain further and explain this and explain that, which is great and interesting. And like I said, I follow them. But my system, my process is actually very, very effective. So I recommend Make Magic with Mojo, of course. All right, let's talk about act as if. Do you remember back in the 80s and 90s, people saying dress for success? Back in those days, I did work in the corporate world. Yes, I did. You may be surprised to know that, but yes, I worked in corporate for a long time. And can you hear me okay? I just realized my microphone is over by the fan, and perhaps it should be by the fan coming out of my mouth. Okay. So back then, we used to say dress for success, and there was talk about power ties and power suits and power dressing, and you would be advised to dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. So if you were an executive assistant, you would be advised to dress as the executive so that you'd wear a suit every day to work, right? Of course, this was back in the days of suits and pantyhose and pumps, and yes, I wore those too. So that's the concept of act as if, and this is actually in the Bible, and I can't remember and didn't look it up whether it is in the Sermon on the Mount or if it's in the Old Testament. So I'm not sure, but I know that it's in there. There's some good law of attraction stuff, manifestation stuff in the Bible. Believe it or not, it's a very good resource in that way. But there's a part that says pray, and when you pray, ask for what you want and then believe as if you have received it and it shall be yours. So, and I know I don't have the exact quote, but that is the same concept as dress for success. It's the same concept of act as if. It's the same concept as fake it till you make it. You remember fake it till you make it? Have you ever faked it till you made it? Mm-hmm. And don't feel, we have this tendency to think that, well, most of us, I hope, have a real good honest streak, right? I personally am honest to a fault, and sometimes it really is to my detriment sometimes. But we think that we have to talk the truth. We have to say the truth. We have to be honest. We have to say, this is how things are. This is the real world. This is what it is. Well, you know what? Your subconscious and spirit, the universe, don't know the difference between the truth and a lie. Your conscious, logical mind does know, but your subconscious and spirit do not know. So, spirit or the universe has one answer, and that's yes. And it reacts or responds to you when you are imagining, remembering, or thinking about the actual truth. It doesn't matter. If you imagine that you're visiting Disney World, eventually, when your vibration matches you being in Disney World, you'll be in Disney World. And that's all there is to it. That's Abraham Hicks preaching right there. So let me add to that the act as if. That is the fake it till you make it. That's the act as if you have already accomplished, achieved, or acquired your dire desire. Okay? And I call everything that you want your dire desire because it is important for you. If it's important to you, it is important to you. If it's meaningful to you, it's meaningful to you. And you need to know that you're worthy. Of course, that's a sermon for another time. The worthiness thing is so huge for all of us. I was talking to my dad yesterday, and okay, I said it was for another time, but hold on, bear with me. Bear with. I was talking to my dad yesterday. He's writing a book about the unconditional love of God and how he found it in just 83 years. And he was saying that sometimes people don't think that they can have something or whatever. And I said, that's actually at the bottom of everything. And I've known this forever, that at the rock bottom of all of the why can't I have this, and I didn't get this, and I really want this, at the bottom of all that is how worthy you feel of it. If you grew up without, let's say, without clothes, without nice clothes that looked like the other kids, let's say that you just had shabby clothes and hand-me-downs, and you never felt very with your clothes, right? There's an old expression with it. Well, then you naturally will develop the subconscious feeling that you're not worthy of having nice clothes. Now that may manifest in a situation where, as an adult, you always dress to the nines, or it may result in you never having nice clothes. And that is because of the worthiness issue. So that's down at the bottom of everything. I said I was going to save that for another time. I'm saving it for another time. Okay. So back to act as if. Act as if. Pretend, think, do something. For one thing, here's my example for today, and it doesn't look so great yet because I haven't got the color right and I haven't defrizzed it. But I went out and cut my hair off. I just went out and cut it off. I mean, I don't know about the last time you saw me, but it was kind of in a blunt bob, and it just really wasn't flattering at all. And I got to where I was pulling it back on top a lot, and I didn't like that. And I decided I wanted a hipper haircut. I wanted to be cool. Now, I don't think that I'm any different, but I am becoming the mojo that I want to be. I'm becoming the me that I will be. I'm always becoming. I'm always wanting to get there. And so I acted as if I'm already a really cool mojo, and I cut my hair off. So it's about doing things, thinking things, feeling things, saying things that act as if. Okay, act as if. I was tired of looking like a matronly church lady. My hair was not becoming, and I wanted something cool. And I mean cool, baby. So now I've got a much hipper cut. And like I said, it doesn't look that great right now because I just came from the beauty shop. Haven't had time to mess with it and deal with the color and get rid of the frizz and all that. But I'm on my way. I'm acting as if I am the cool mojo so that people will see me and go, this is not a matronly church lady. This is a hip middle-aged woman. Maybe she has something cool to say. Maybe she has something that I can learn from. And you do the same thing. Whatever it is that you're wanting to become, whatever it is you are becoming, act as if you are already there. And maybe that's a haircut for you, or maybe it's a new outfit, or maybe it is going on a job interview. Maybe it's just doing a lot of meditation on that, but act as if. And don't worry about the lies. I'll tell you a great real life example of this. I have a friend, and I will call him Mike. My friend Mike, I have known my friend Mike literally since before we were born. Our parents were friends before he and I were born, and we grew up together in two separate states. We've been best friends since we were born. We love each other, have a great time together. Now, Mike, when we were in high school, decided that he didn't like being middle class. He wanted to be rich. He wanted to be rich. He really liked the idea. And so he knew somehow instinctively to do this. So, flying down to visit me one time, he told me about how he was sitting next to somebody on the plane, and he started telling them about the mansion he lived in his hometown, and how they had servants and the kind of cars that they had and the swimming pool, and told this stranger all about this fabulous stuff that he had and this fabulous life that he lived in high school. And it was absolutely untrue. Not one bit of it was true. But he believed that someday that's where he would be. And he liked imagining that kind of life. He liked telling somebody that and thinking, they believe me. They think that I'm this rich kid. And so, and like I said, they were middle class. I mean, they were just very, they had a nice house and whatever, good jobs and all that. And their children didn't want for a whole lot, I don't think. But Mike wanted, he wanted nicer stuff. And he wanted to get, he wanted to have a Rolex and a nice car and stuff. One time I went to visit him, and I had my driver's license and he didn't. And we actually went to a car dealer and test drove a car. And he wanted something really nice. I think we got a Lincoln Continental or a Mark 6 or something. It was really, as teenagers, you would think we would have wanted to look at a sports car or, something cool like a Mustang. But no, he wanted to test drive a very high-end luxury sedan. And that's what we did. We went and test drove a car. We were not going to buy that damn car. I cannot imagine what the salesman thought. I'm sure, it was a weekday. So he was like, yeah, well, maybe this will be fun. I'll go drive these kids around. But Christopher, sorry, I gave his real name, Mike, talked about to the salesman like his dad was going to buy this car, sent him out to do some pre-shopping. He was going to buy this car for him so he could drive it to school. It was crazy stuff. And so that is the way you do it, babe. That is the way you do it. When you go in to get your coffee, give a big tip and say, hey, I just got a big raise. You didn't get a big raise, but you're acting as if you did. You see what I mean? And where is Mike today? He's rich. He is. He is rich. I believe he wears a Rolex. I know that he and his partner live in the best part of town where they live. And, he made it. He and his partner dress to the nines all the time. They have fabulous taste. And he did what he said he was doing. He acted as if, and I am not making one bit of this up. He's the first person I ever met who did that. He acted as if, and it came to fruition. Mike did not finish college. In fact, I don't think he went but one semester, maybe a year to college. And he is very high up in the company he works for, and so is his partner. And I mean way high up, like he's well known in his industry. He's an amazing guy. So you can take that to the bank. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Let me see what I got to do. I never know how to end this on YouTube. So anyway, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Get out there and make some magic. Try it. Act today. Act as if. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Mojo out.